In today's episode, we discuss the IBJJF No Gi Worlds.
We talk alien invasion.
Girls with cauliflower ear. Do they even exist?
Here's a Buddha seat. Smell these nuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pod. My name is Kenny, and I am here with Matt. It is episode 65. IBJJF No Gi Worlds just went down yesterday and a few days prior to that.
Yeah, I mean, great event. Poncho, again, my professor, your professor, No Gi World Champion, again. Ho hum.
Right?
Just, I don't know. The guy is so injured, too. The guy's like me. He's like, this shows how good his jiu-jitsu is. Like, he's such a smart, tactical fighter. Like, it's crazy what he can do, man. So shout out to everybody who represented it. Shout out to some of the guys who wore my Oast Nation shirts out there, like Mike Bravo, all those guys. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Appreciate you guys. Mario, who's a listener,
black belt,
got his black belt on the podium, which is pretty cool. Shout out Mario. I was like, you going to give that judo name up now? Are you going to be the BJJ Jedi now? Or like he leans so hard on the judo. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey man, I don't know. I think he might outrank judo now in jiu-jitsu. But I think he's only a brown belt in judo. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to everybody who went out there and just left on the line. It's awesome.
Zombie pulled third.
It looked like he was in a sling the day before. I'm like, is he in a sling?
Might have been. He's a zombie, bro.
God, dude. But yeah, that was pretty
I don't know
cool,
why
man.
you're Mr. fucking detached bicep muscle, two bad knees.
I got some news on the bicep, by the way. So which I'm going to get a second opinion. Apparently the doctor I went to said that he doesn't recommend surgery on it. He said it is a torn bicep for sure. He can tell. He just says that where it's torn, huh?
You think?
Yeah. He's all where it's torn though. Like he's like, you should be able to like, it'll form back a little like funky looking, but he's like, you should get full strength back and just like let it heal and rest it. He's all, cause if I reattach it, since you're younger and you lift a lot, it's just gonna tear again. He's like, I generally don't reattach them unless they're like elderly. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get a second opinion on that.
Shit. So you're just supposed to roll around with a fucking detached bicep for the.
So I'm just going to go out there, dude, and this fucking like the nunchuck guy with his elbow, like. But he said we're gonna focus on the knee and get the knee squared away first, and then just let your arm heal. So, which I'm telling you right now, my arm has no pain. Now when I grab something or I push, I can feel a little bit, but like just chilling, I'm not in like stagnant pain. Like I was in stagnant pain where it was just kind of like had its own like heartbeat. Mm-hmm. I don't have that anymore. So it seems to be doing a little better. So we'll see tomorrow when I start rolling. I was getting murked by everybody last week though, dude. I had like no leg and no arm.
Right.
And like, so I couldn't
and opposites too.
Yeah,
bad
they're
right
opposite.
Arm,
so I'm just like,
knee, yeah.
So I went to like, I was going with some of the guys. So I pull guard on some of the guys. And then I'm like, oh, my leg's locked. I can't even throw the leg over for like a lasso. And I'm like, uh-oh. And I was like, then I tried to stop him and frame him with my arm. I was like, uh-oh. And I just let him pass. I just turtle up. I was just getting murked by everybody. But
so your current bad knee is your left knee. Is your right just shot? Like it's just
no pain. It's not there. It's like it's not really usable. Like I can't touch like I can like reach with my left leg before the injury and like grab my toes. Mm-hmm. My right leg doesn't even go backwards. Like hamstring extension curl, it won't go up.
Are you familiar with the knees over toes guy?
Yeah, I've heard of him. A lot of people have sent me stuff of his.
Yeah,
but I'm so bad. Like my arthritis in there is so bad. Like my kneecaps are like rubbing so hard that's like breaking off piece of kneecap.
Have no cartilage.
None.
Fuck.
It is the guy said is my other ortho, because this is a new guy, mm-hmm. which I probably should go back to the old guy, that said this is the worst. He's the worst thing he's seen. He's like, you have like an 85-year-old's leg. He's like, he's all, sometimes it hurts you really bad. It's because my knees are like chipping pieces of fragment bone off.
Yeah.
And like they get stuck in there. Like, and so that's why my leg will lock up sometimes.
Ooh.
I was like, she's like, it's really bad. And I was like, yeah, well, it is what it is, man. I don't know.
You're
what
like,
to do.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So in other
we have
IBJJF news.
What about aliens? Let's talk about aliens, Kenny.
Oh no. We got to do other IBJJF news first. Then we can dive into aliens. I know you're excited about
Okay. Stay tuned for aliens, guys.
Yeah. And other IBJJF news, just so we can be off the IBJJF topic. A couple weeks ago, I put out a call to the world, and I said, if you go against Pat Downey in the IBJJF adult blue belt division and you beat him, welcome you onto the pod. Well, nobody beat him. He got 2 subs. He put a guy to sleep. He won Worlds, and then after he wins the fucking shit, all he has to do is make it to the podium. The guy wakes up. I take this back. Before the guy wakes up, his coach was a Russian guy and said, wait till I get a Dagestani or some shit like that. Stands up off to the side of the mats. Wait till I get a Dagestani on your ass. To which he screams at him, well, it better be Khabib, or not Khabib, I'm sorry. It better be Hamzat because I'm fucking up anybody else. And then the guy came to that he put to sleep, who also happened to be Russian, and gets upset and throws a punch at Downey. And then Downey throws a punch at him, which they were both so far away from each other. It's like you swung, but you're not going to hit anything.
Both guys definitely not punchers.
Yeah.
Both guys were out of their wheelhouse for that moment.
Yeah. But they both got DQ'd, and so he gets no gold medal. But he does get his purple on the podium, or not podium. He got his purple there because he didn't make it to the podium because he got DQ'd. But ultimately, I'd say he wins, regardless of, the other guy threw the punch first. He threw back. I don't think he should be DQ'd.
If I recall the video, Downey, who I believe is fighting under Cyborg Fight Sports, that's what it looked like his coach was, right?
Yeah.
After he gets a W, he walks over, which I guess IBJJF rules, you cannot do any of that stuff. You have to be like respectful after your W, which to that I've seen guys pull off their shirts and beat their chest and play at their nipples. I've seen it all. But he goes over, the guy I don't know if he throat slashed him. I think he might have throat slashed him or something and went or something, and that just must have pissed off Sleepy Boy, and old Sleepy Boy came over throwing hands. And it looked like this guy who fell asleep was wearing checkmat too, which is unfortunate. But hey, man, we're an anybody can get it type of podcast. Hey, man, you freaking, what are you doing?
Right.
Don't fight.
Well,
what fighting is jiu-jitsu for?
Yeah, we support checkmat organization, but the actions of one individual. One,
that wasn't smart.
We don't think
that
it goes against checkmat.
Move.
2, and I don't support that. You fucking throw a punch in the guy, just choked you out puts you to sleep. But hey, you know what? This I say about Downey. Good on him for 1, going out there, competing in essentially new rule set, new grappling rule set to him. 2, winning, and 3, getting some subs. He didn't just wrestle. You know what I mean? He got some subs.
Wrestlers did very well. And so this is leading to why so many no-gi guys pull guard. Because the wrestlers are superior from the stand-up. You know what I mean? So we saw that at PGF. The guys who were good wrestlers guys were just pulling right away. They don't even fucking with that.
Right. Nobody wants Cam Hurd to fucking blast double them into the couches.
Brandon Reed. He is I think he was I don't know, but he's a very well accomplished wrestler in his own right. I think NC champion or Division 2 or whatever. I don't know. But he won purple.
Yep.
Purple belt gold. And again, dominated takedowns. And then there's that girl who's a wrestler, who's a blue belt. I don't know her name, but she's a phenom.
Yeah.
And she won blue belt gold too. So
Olympian.
Yeah,
she's
man.
Olympian.
Wrestling girl. Hey, wrestling. That's a great base for no-gi jiu-jitsu. You know what nerfs that? Callers. Yeah, I mean, congrats to those guys for dominating out there. But yeah, let's not fight after the thing.
Right.
And I guess he said he's never going to do IBJJF again.
Yeah. His thoughts were I paid $160 into this competition. I beat everybody you put in front of me, and I don't even get to walk away with a medal because some guy threw a punch at me first and I responded. And he's just like, fuck this organization. To which a lot of people are starting to say. Even Gordon made a post a couple days ago, kind of dragging Craig Jones through the mud and the whole CGI thing. However, he did comment and say, you're mad at ADCC for not paying their athletes enough. However, you're not boycotting IBJJF, who pays nobody. I guess they started paying black belts, adult level black belts recently, but like that's kind of it, And they're making. How many competitors do you think were at Worlds, No Gi Worlds this weekend?
Thousands
at $160 a pop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they do one of these every other weekend. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom,
yeah.
Boom,
they made
boom.
millions. So
it's a good gig. It's a good gig to be the owner of that.
Yeah, no
for
shit.
sure.
No shit. And they're not paying the people that work for them fucking hardly anything.
No.
Maybe free competition.
Yeah, I know you're trying to. I'm not going to talk about the metal girls. Not this episode.
No. I saw the comments.
Not this episode, dude.
3 week old clip gets a
holy crap
fresh comment today.
Not this episode, Kenny.
That's a 10 out of 50 or 15 out of 10 headache.
That is. It's a waste of a pill.
Aliens.
So apparently these drones are everywhere. People are seeing them outside of my work. They're in Temecula. They've been spotted in Temecula. They've been spotted in New Jersey.
All over the country. I've seen.
What are we doing here? What is this? Is this it?
Why, dude? Why the fuck is nobody shooting them out of the sky?
I don't know.
That's what I said. My wife's like, why would? Well, because I didn't see any personally. She's just
Okay,
like, oh wait,
fair.
So then the cops are going to come to your house. I said, if I shot a drone down, there is not a cop that's going to show up to my house. They don't know where that shot's coming from.
Yeah. I think it's honestly. Do you think it's aliens? I don't.
No.
I don't. No. There's two theories that it could be. Okay. One theory being that it's the government, which is probably the number one theory, and they're just trying to distract us with this while they do some shit over here.
Yeah.
Old black belt technique. You know what I mean? Feel this shoulder pressure here. I'm fucking working on your leg over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's old. So that's probably what it is. You know what I mean? Like
bait and switch.
They're trying to like pass something under the rug, or you know what I mean? It's definitely. If I was a betting man, that's probably what it is. Or I've heard China has bought. People from China have bought a lot of property over here in the United States over the last like 6-7 years.
They're saying that it's Iran. Well, what I've seen speculation from politicians is that it's a Iranian-owned Chinese drones. So China sold a bunch of drones, like military quality drones, to Iran, and Iran is surveying, I don't know, population or whatnot. But I mean, that's a thing too. It's just like what you allow to happen will happen. So if we just allow these drones to just float around, it's like, I get if you're one guy that owns a drone, you're flying a drone, but the fact that you see multiple in the sky all at the same time, that's a coordinated effort.
And they're big ass drones.
Yeah.
They're like the size of like smart cars.
So yeah. Fucking take it down.
What are we doing?
What the fuck is our military government, like your government, doing? Like, fucking give the off, take the shit down.
Yeah, I mean, it's what are they surveillancing? Like, I don't know, man. You want someone to come in your house with a flashlight and walk around? No,
right? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I believe in aliens. You believe in aliens?
I want to believe. I believe in aliens like I believe in God. It'd be neat if it existed. I just haven't seen any substantial evidence.
Okay, well, we don't need to get deep into that, but what I'm trying to say is, God damn, if you guys know, if you're in a group chat, these guys be coming at me because I believe in God. But it's just me versus Kenny and fucking the other guy. I may keep silent, but he's out there. If you dig deep enough, you find out who it is. Yeah. The universe is too big to think that we're the only ones out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's definitely, I don't know.
Do you believe in space?
Yeah, 100%.
I want to.
Yeah, no, I'm not like a flat earther or like a space denier or anything like that. You know, I know people that are like that. That shit's
like, this is a simulation. It's really fucked up what you guys are doing to my knees, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, come on, man. Throw me a bone over here. Rosebud. Type it in, dude. Give me some cash. Motherload. You know what I mean? I'm fucking dying over here.
Matt, let me ask you a question, brother.
All right.
You ever seen a girl with cauliflower ear?
I have. I have.
Many or just one?
Not many. Not many. Which I think it's just because the games they play. They don't play that freaking type game. You know what I mean? It's this girl. Her name is Alexis.
Well aware of who this is.
And she's like she was a young phenom. And yeah, she was very like, she rolled like a dude and she had some severe cauliflower ear. But for most part, I don't think girls play. And girls be playing half guard and all this stuff, but I don't think they're like so much like smash with the face type. But again, I get what you're saying because you don't see a lot of girls in MMA with cauliflower ear either. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
even like high level ones, you know, you think like, oh, maybe Dern has some, or maybe fucking Amanda Nunez has some, and no, you don't see any of that shit.
If you had cauliflower, I think this is one of the questions. If you had cauliflower ear, would you leave it, or would you just rock it?
See, cauliflower ear doesn't bother me. My wife does not like it.
It's all cool. Like I always say what I would do, but I've never had it really.
Yeah.
You don't know until you get it. Then what would you do? It's kind of like getting pregnant.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, if I had a baby, I'm keeping it. Well, you wait till you get pregnant, then think about what you're going to do.
There's a couple guys in my gym that have it that are same belt level as me, got promoted to blue right around the same time I did. And they're a little smaller than me. So, when they first got it, I thought like, oh fuck, like maybe it's time for me to buy some needles to drain with, and maybe one of those, like, have you seen like it's like almost like a cast for your ear. After you drain your ear, you like slides around the back and then clamps around the front and puts pressure on your ear. Not the magnets, but like actually molds to your ear to keep pressure on it all night while you sleep, kind of a thing, so it doesn't blow back up.
Blow back up, yeah.
Right. And so I thought like maybe I'll buy some of that stuff just as a precautionary measure, because it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But like I didn't, and it's been 2 years almost, and still never had.
And you play half,
yeah.
But your half guard is more of a lockdown half guard, which you're not really digging so much for the other leg. You know what I mean? You're doing a lot of hip switching,
right? Yeah, unless
almost
I'm going
like
for
John
the sweep.
Wayne. You're almost like John Wayne sweeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're not really in there, like really digging in there,
right?
But yeah, I mean,
and then if it's not that, I'm trying to be on top and smash.
If I had cauliflower, I'd probably just keep it because
I'd probably keep it too.
I'm cheap, and the missus ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
it's too good over here. It's good over here.
Yeah,
I eat my soup. You know what I mean? Like, I eat my soup.
I've got pictures.
I live a good life. My gis are clean. You know, she said she wasn't going to wash my gis. They're washed, Kenny. Those things are clean. You know what I mean? Like, things are good over here. You know, I put up Christmas lights. I freaking take her. I spend $13 a day in Starbucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're out here. I'm freaking kissing babies, you know, going to every family event, smiling, aunts, uncles, meemaws, peepaws, gmaws, all of them. So things are good over here. She ain't going nowhere. So if I got cauliflower ear, she would just be like, you know what? This is him. I already have one arm, 2 bad legs.
Yeah.
She's still here.
How am I supposed to drain it, babe?
No, sorry, honey. She's like, oh, okay, whatever. She'll rock it. She's my ride. My ride or die. Shout out my wife. She's ride or die. She'd be with me if I freaking was blind. She would just walk me to jiu-jitsu and just set me there.
She just takes you somewhere else and tells you it's jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, she would. She's like, here he is.
She just sets mats up in the living room, fucking puts on some jiu-jitsu audio in the background, just sets you there.
That's it. Just crazy people screaming.
Gay porn. The ball choke video. I sent Matt this video of a dude, high mount, and and he basically puts his bag on dude's face from the mount position and proceeds to choke him. And I was like, you ever seen this, Matt?
So yes, the guy's full mount. The guy's got elbows in. He walks his knees up to pull the guy's elbows like up high, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy sits out like he's going to sit for an armbar S mount. But then he sits out the other way like he's going to go crisscross applesauce. And you cross your feet under his neck. And then you pull him up. Then you pull up on his head. And it's called the Buddha seat.
So you're when you go to sit the original S mount, you're swiping your leg
you're picking
forward
up the
under
head,
his arm.
You're picking up the head. So you have the arm, you pick up the head, you put one leg under, and then you lean this way, you put the other leg under, and then you sit and Buddha seat. And then when you're, and then like you pull up on the head, it's almost like a neck crank, and you put the fucking bag on their neck.
See, you said Buddha seat. I thought you said Buddha seed, which would make sense because it's the balls.
Well, yeah, now Buddha seat, like he's sitting like Buddha.
Yeah.
And my old professor before I met Pancho, Fabiano Silva, used to do that to us. And he was a big man, and he was a couple degree black belt, and he would just do that. He would do that to Alexis every day. Damn. One time he put her in the Buddha seat, and she just passed out.
So, where did you train with Alexis before she went checkmat too? Like, was she?
Yeah, me and Alexis started at
ATT.
We both at Carlson Gracie.
Oh.
We start our first day, same day.
No shit.
We walked in together, and it's like, "Who's this chick throwing mean mug at me, dude?" I was like, "The hell?"
Right.
Like she's this different breed, man. And then then she ended up leaving. We both left Carlson's to ATT.
Oh, gotcha.
And then that gym went down, and then he told me to go to Pancho, and I went to Pancho the Blue.
So you're we're going back into Matt history now. So you started at Carlson Gracie, you went ATT for a little bit, then you
started at Team Genuine, and him it was an MMA school.
Gotcha.
I was just throwing hands.
Well, do your cousin that still trains, that he just got his brown belt or whatever, isn't he a Carlson Gracie guy?
He is. So
you started at the same time with him?
No. I had been fighting and training under a blue belt for about 2-3 years before they started. He started off like a yellow belt. Like when I got into jiu-jitsu, after I tried Team Quest and I hurt my knee in amateur tryouts, the real bad knee injury I had, I thought I was done training, and then my uncle was like, "I want to get my kids into jiu-jitsu," and I was like, "Well, I can't afford it." And he's like, "Well, I'm signing them up at Carlson Gracie's," and so then he paid for my first year.
God.
And then we all signed together. But I had already been like a 2.5 year white belt.
Gotcha. And he still trains under Carlson Gracie?
He does.
Or at Carlson Gracie, you should say?
Yeah, he trains under Orlando's gym, I believe.
Okay, Menifee or whatever.
Yeah, Menifee.
Cool.
But yeah, he won't come. He's loyal to Orlando, which, hey, man, I respect that. But yeah, good for you, man. I'm over here, dude. I'm your family.
Right.
The family is over here. He won't budge, dude. He won't. So
you guys ever get any training in at all?
Rarely. He came to Dedicated with me one time.
Oh, really?
On an open mat, I went to Dedicated, and he came with, and we rolled. That was about a year ago. So maybe right before we started podcasting, a little over 2 years.
I had a conversation with somebody recently. They mentioned him, and they were just like, "Oh, he's like legit. Like he's like black belt level." And I was like, "Didn't he just get his brown?" And they're like, "Yeah, but that's a politics
yeah.
thing."
He's been training like 9 years.
Yeah,
he's legit. And as a kid, like he's a real problem. He's a real problem. But put that jelly on him.
Is he younger? You know. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, he's younger. Yeah, he's like maybe 27, 28.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I could be wrong. Could be 30. I don't know.
Even so,
he's younger.
That's 10 years younger than you.
I'm not 10 years older than him, am I? No, I'm like 17 years older than him.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he's like
23 then.
Yeah, he might be like 23, 24.
Jesus.
It's just that Trent's very, very good.
Yeah.
His brother is good too. My other cousin Tommy was very, very good too. And he just kind of stopped training. Trent never stopped. So, you know, different roads after their dad passed away. My uncle, one stayed with it. One said, I don't want to do this no more, and started doing his own thing. So but they're both doing well.
Vegas side?
Was that?
Vegas side?
No, they're my mom's side.
Gotcha.
Spillman side.
Well,
I'm the only Vega. The only Vega likes to roll around sweaty dudes. Most of the other Vegas is like to fight in bars.
Yeah, your son will get there.
Someday.
We got a fuck ton of questions that came through, so let's just dive into questions, Matt.
Let's do it.
Good for the soul, BJJ. When are you doing the ice bath, Matt? She put 2 T's here. Oh, no, she put 1 T. Just 3 question marks.
Hey,
See?
I'm going to do it. Okay? It's going to happen. It's just, it's got to happen before my surgery.
Yeah.
You're off Friday, right?
That's
You're going to the open mat, right?
In the evening. I work that day.
But like you're going, maybe I'll come over Friday night after the open mat. And I'll just fucking put the titties in there.
Down.
So, all right, I'll do it this Friday.
There we go. I'm excited.
Thank you guys for the 1,000 followers, by the way. We're over 2 Gs now, I think, or close, right?
No, this was 1,000 on
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. We're almost at 1,100.
Okay.
Sarah Ann JJ, what skills should a new blue belt have locked in?
A new blue belt should have his breathing locked in, or her breathing locked in. Should know how to breathe. Should know how to you should know when to move and when to conserve. I think that's the biggest. Know when your opponent is blitzing and trying to attack, and you're chilling, and know when it's your time to go. Know when to show them how strong you are and when not to. I'm always prevalent for the strong guy, right? Be a beast, but don't let them download your power. I will lock up with a guy. They're not going to know. Whoa, dude, this guy's strong. I don't want that. I'm not going to let them know that. I want them to be like, okay, this guy's he's a big guy. And then all of a sudden, boom, then I show him the strength. Right. I'm not going to
you know what I like? I've heard this a couple times recently. I like because I don't do that. I don't just muscle things out of nowhere. I explode when I need to explode or pull when I need to pull.
And that's what a blue belt should do.
Right. But lately I've gotten you're strong comment or damn, you're fucking strong, like after the roll. But and I didn't do anything that I thought was I wasn't muscling anything.
You can disguise being heavy.
Yeah.
And they'll say you're fucking strong.
Yeah.
But really you're just knowing how to position your body. But yeah, like I said, download your don't let them download your skill. Don't let them download you right away. So I'm not going to show my strength right away until it's ready for me to go. And then I really put it on them like, oh crap, this guy's fucking strong as shit. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be like that. When you have 2 guys go crazy, that's when they get that spazzy white belt shit. You know what I mean? Right. So you should, as a blue belt, you should know how to breathe. You should know how to conserve energy. You should know when to go, when not to go, when to play defense. You know your way around the kitchen. You know what moves are coming, awareness. It's almost like attributes should be leveled up, not so much skill at a specific guard or a skill set. You know what I mean? It should be like you've learned how to breathe, you've learned how to manage your strength, you've learned how to stay calm. Those are the main aspects that when you become a blue belt, I think are the most important. And in that blue belt, that's when you start to learn your game that you want to start implementing.
Almost like you have to
learning how to focus.
Yeah. Like white belts learning how to learn. White belt, your time at white belt should be learning how to learn, and blue belt's when you can start learning because you finally understand the concept of learning jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so now I'm a blue belt now. Now I know how to breathe, I know how to move, I know how to stay calm. I know I'm not in that much danger here. White belt, am I in danger here? I don't even fucking know. Girl, you're in danger. You don't even know. But in blue belt, you're like, no, I'm good here. I'm fine. So I think that's the most important thing about blue belt is how to stay safe and learn. You learn jiu-jitsu, what's dangerous, what's not. Obviously, you can get a wild wrist lock out of nowhere every once in a while, but hey, that only happens to me. You
always hear on black belts say position over submission, and I think by the time you get your blue belt, you kind of understand what that means. You know what I mean? Okay. And not just I get what the words mean. I functionally understand what position over submission means at this point. So it's, and I think a lot of the times you can win, and I'm not talking from a points perspective, but I think that you can win a lot of your roles with just good positioning. You know what I mean? You can watch people get frustrated when they can't get you off of them. And you're just I'm not just laying here. You tried to bridge. I shifted my weight. You can't get me off of you. You know what I mean? Now you tried to frame. I shifted my weight. You still can't get me off of you. Like I'm doing.
As Kurt Osiander would say, you fucked up a long time ago. Now I'm here. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
yeah.
Shouldn't have let me get here, dude.
Right. Right. So, yeah. What skills? No, we already said that. Here we go. Falcon_JPEG. Would you guys ever travel and drop into a gym and then do a podcast with the coach? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got jobs, we got real things, you know what I mean? But like, I'm sure when we were talking to BMAC and he was talking to us about the tiers of things, I'm sure in one of those tiers that would be an option, but it's going to be a price tag on it for sure because depending on where we have to go,
right.
Just getting a random dude some pub, I'm all for that. But like, is he like, we don't know this guy unless he's like a known name in the space. Like it's hard. I can have a combination. I can have a conversation with a baby doll. You know what I mean? But like, it's like, I want it to be entertaining for you guys too. Right. So just for some guy to like, I'm more of a thing like I want to go to other gyms and just have like a live podcast while the gym's what's happening, kind of like we did at Checkmat, you know what I mean? And we're just kind of bullshitting and then people coming in and talking.
I think it would be cool. Like, you know, again, this is going to be something like once the channel grows to a point where it's like we have income coming in. It's like now when it gets to a point where we don't have jobs anymore and we can just focus on like, what do we do to make good content? I think that might be a feasible thing. It's like, hey man, we're taking a weekend trip to Georgia. We're going to go visit Kenny Kin's gym. We're going to sit down with him. You know, we're going to train. We're going to sit down with him and do an interview while there's an open mat going on in the background, something like that. You know what I mean? Where we're talking to other people in the space. You know, and we're not given like, it's not a gym review or anything like that. It's like, dude, we went out there, we trained with some of our boys. That's the thing now is that we're starting to meet people in the space that don't live close to us. It could be a Vegas trip to, you know, Mika Sipley's school, and we train with Zoltan, and we train with, you know, Overt PJ, and we train with Nader and things like that, and then sit down and have a conversation with these boys afterwards, kind of a thing. So, you know, it's that could be something, but I don't think anytime soon. Like, obviously,
I think doing a live podcast during the Super Cup would be hilarious. Or it'd be fun. Yeah. Like if they had like our own area where it's like not down on the floor with people, but like kind of up above where like it's kind of behind us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we could go up there, boom, boom, boom. We could talk to different professors. We could talk to some guys in there. You know what I mean? I think that would be kind of cool just to do it at like a tournament. And then, you know, I think that'd be a good pub for the tournament and that'd be a good pub for us too. I think that could work too.
If we had a camera guy follow us around and did like a 45-minute live pod, like not cut. Hey, we're here at Super Cup. We just walked in. Let's walk around, check some matches out. We're on the sticks, the dual sticks. And we're
catching us coaching live. Like, hey, motherfucker.
Yeah. We're just walk YouTube. Up to the rails, fucking watch some matches, fucking turn around, comment on them real quick, walk around the venue a little bit, bump into fucking who knows who, grab them real quick. Hey, can we get a, you know, that? And then just do, but like uncut, just like one live, or not live, but one long, like 45-minute, just walking around, no breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Not even sitting at a table, just literally a camera guy following us around with the camera while we're just bullshitting and doing the pod as we're literally walking around the event. That would be dope.
Yeah, that would. But as for the question, yeah, we're hoes, man. Pay us. What about that? I want to get caught on Corvette. How many times I got to tell you guys this? In the Corvette, I'm freaking looking at them. I'm YouTubing them all night. My whole algo's C8 Corvettes. It's all I think about. It's all I dream about right now.
Matt's going The Secret. He's making a fucking dream board of Corvettes. He's just got pictures of Corvettes.
Trying to take feet pics, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, if every one of my followers just gave me 50 cents, dude, I have one tomorrow.
I know. It's not even much. We should.
Fuck, dude. I'll do it on live. I'll buy it. I'll walk in. I'm like, this is Kados Nation. You guys made this happen.
We should make one of those like for 35 cents a day. For 35 cents a day, you can feed this small orphan child videos. But for if just each one of you donated just 50 cents one time, you could sponsor.
Get a Corvette. Dude, we should do something stupid like that.
Just have you walk into your truck all sad. Just
like I have a sad life. Oh, he lives in suburbia with a nice truck. No. I'm just like all sad. You know what would be really fucked up though? Is I'd get the money and then I wouldn't be able to get the vet because my wife would be like, she'd like totally like say, no, we're getting a pool instead or something. I'm like, no, I told the people.
Yeah. I have to buy a Corvette with this.
That's probably another way where I could get it without having to spend it on some other stuff.
I didn't even buy it, babe. They bought it for me.
They demanded me to buy this Corvette. I have to do it. Yeah. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I swear. What else we got?
Don't make him do it, folks. Don't make him buy the Corvette.
Don't make me buy my dream car.
So Stephen Michael Graham on IG. So he says, longtime listener, fan, love the pod and the memes. I couldn't add the question on the story, but I've been struggling to finish arm chokes from mounted position. Any tips on making it tighter? Okay, so like, see how you're like right here, bro, and like your dick is like right here. No, I'm just joking. What you look at you finishing head arm triangle from the top can be done, but a lot of times it's not. You're better off just to jump to the side, like finish it in side control, and your ear is probably too high. Your ear needs to be here's your opponent's ear. Your ear needs to be right where your opponent's ear is, and then you get your head arm triangle lock. I like to go for the bicep, and then I kind of walk my body to where like I almost like you can go belly down, flat, or I like to walk to the side where I'm almost finishing like our bodies are in a 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're looking from a bird's eye view, and then I kind of just lay him down on it. Like it's almost like you're down and roll, not straight down.
Now,
it's down and in.
When you head and arm triangle, are you S gripping or are you?
Sometimes I'm S gripping. If I can get to here, I prefer it.
That's the only way I can finish them. I've never finished it with an S grip.
But if I can S grip too, because I got a lot of fucking meat right here. But I'm all the way down. You got to get lower, head lower. BMAC has a great head arm triangle demo on his YouTube. And he shows like a lot of people finish their heads above, their head's right under the elbow. You're not going to get it. Your head has to be below, almost ear line to ear line. And then down and heavy. You're almost kind of like going to roll them up on it. A lot of people will be like, it's a crank. That was kind of a crank. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just walk away.
I'll post a link in the comments, or not the comments, but in the description for BMAX.
Yeah, he does have a good one, man. He does. And he's great at like breaking them down slowly and teaching them.
We've got
mount. You're just gonna get rolled. If the guy rolls you, then you're gonna head arm from the back on your closed guard. You know what I mean? Like doing it from mount is very, very hard. There is an arm lock you can do if you can like finger walk the arm up, get to the head arm triangle, then just jump off the side control and finish it that way. It's better.
What mind shift helped you progress in BJJ at any level?
Mind shift,
like your aha moment. That's from Davis_MD.
I think, I mean, and we're beating dead horse here, but I think me just being me out there is what changed me. And what you're kind of having this moment, just last couple weeks, Kenny's just texting me like, I just being heavy. I'm just like, I'm not this guy I thought I was going to try to be. Like when you stop YouTubing and trying to be this athlete that you're trying to model your game after, and you just be whoever you are, your game evolves. Like, look at it. Like, I'm not going to be able to do that kind of stuff. I don't have the body for it, but I do have the body to do this or whatever it may be. That was a change of games. Like, quit trying to not be who you are. Be who you are.
So, like, in my case, it's almost like a weird kind of body dysmorphia. So, like, what I was explaining to Matt in the last couple of weeks is I used to be a really skinny guy. like skinny. Like when I was 18 and I joined the Air Force, I was 100.
And we'll put a picture of Kenny on a toilet right here.
I was 143 pounds. And when I graduated basic training, which was 2 months later, because all they do is feed you and you work out, I was 183 pounds. So like that was like, I would consider like my fight shape. You know what I mean? I had some muscle definition, had abs, things like that. But I wasn't like, I was never big, never broad shouldered or anything like that. Later on, I'd say probably in my 30s, I had like another like body shift where like, it's like, I'm a 200 pound guy now. Like I haven't been under 200 pounds in almost 10 years. You know, that's just kind of what I am. I'm 215 to 218. That's kind of what I weigh in on the daily, regardless of what my stomach looks like. Some days it's flatter than others. I still weigh the same. So I've come to the conclusion that once like fast, agile, athletic, kind of skinny guy build that I used to have, I'm not that person anymore. So in my head, I'm thinking like, you know, I'm more athletic than I really am. I'm not. I'm coming to that realization. I'm 41. I'm slowing down.
You're just gonna get worse athleticism.
Yeah. So it's like, what are my strengths right now? And it's like, okay, well, and then I have people in the gym tell me that I'm big, but I can't like tell me like, well, I'm not Matt Vega big, but I'm not a small guy either.
You're strong though, Kenny. We're rolling with you. I'm like, okay, this guy's got some strength.
Yeah. But it's hard for me to accept that almost. You know what I mean? Like again, like a body dysmorphia thing. Like, oh, I'm not that strong. I'm not that big. But recently I've just kind of been like, let's try it out, you know? And I watched Matt roll a couple of times, at like 6 a.m.s and stuff. And I'll watch you like the way that you move. Cause Matt is an athletic guy for his size. He's deceptively athletic. Big. Yeah. He said it before, you know, many times. He's burrito big. He wasn't always 250, you know, at one point he was 270, but not a fat 270. And
steroids.
But I watched the way that you move and I just kind of watched your side control. Like I don't have the lasso game that you have just cause I haven't practiced lasso enough, but I do have a top pressure game. And I remember the very first time, it was actually Drew from 10th Planet Murrieta who ever pressure tapped me as a white belt with knee on belly and no gi. And I just remember thinking like, that is insane. And that sucked so bad that like, I want to learn that type of pressure. So I've been watching Matt, who has a phenomenal pressure game because Matt has pressure tapped me multiple times. And I'm like, what is he doing? And it's hard to see it when he's on you. But when I'm not involved in it and I'm watching him roll, I'm just watching the way that he goes side control and the way that he shifts his weight onto his, you know, he'll switch his hips and he's on his side, kind of digs into the ribs a little bit, but he's still on the diaphragm. And it's mitigating people trying to like bridge and get him off because now you're sitting in a different direction where bridging isn't going to help. And then they'll try to defend that. And then you shift back to side control. And then you'll throw a knee on belly in there. And it's just like, fuck, man, the pressure's. So I've been trying that lately and it's been working.
Sometimes I'll be on a guy and I'll be like, look, I want to do 3 position switches with pressure before I attack an arm. Okay. But he's got to make me want to switch. So if I'm just putting pressure on you, don't make me, I'm not going to move.
Right.
I'm just gonna hear it's still the pressure. Then all of a sudden he frames. Oh, I switch again. There's 2. Okay. Now I'll pull out his lapel a bit and I'm just like, where this one? He doesn't like this now. Switch again. Oh, there's 3. Now I'll go for it. But like if he never moves, I'm just gonna keep fucking cooking him. I'll cook him.
You know, but which again, that's where, you know, kind of the jiu-jitsu mental game comes in. Like Matt doesn't just know the moves as a black belt. Like being a black belt is so much more than just your repertoire of like positions and moves that you can perform, but also understanding like how to physically, or not physically, but mentally break somebody down. So Matt is bearing this person with pressure and after he's doing 3 move switches, they probably forget that you're even there's a possibility of an armbar here. They think that you're just being so heavy with pressure that's what you're going for.
I'm trying to pressure tap them.
Exactly. And all you're doing is playing a game with yourself. Like, well, I'm not going to go for a submission until I get at least 3 positions. They don't know that. So they just think that you're going pressure. Fuck, this sucks. And now they've completely forgot about the arm or whatever other choke it is that you're going to go for, which is only beneficial to you. But you've now made them forget that there is something else that you can do because of what you're just doing right then and there. It sucks so bad that that's all they can focus on. No defense. no, how am I going to get out of this? Or what am I going to do to attack him from the position he's in? Like, this sucks so bad. What do I got to do to stop this pressure right here? I just stopped that pressure right there and he's got a different pressure on me. Fuck, now what? You know what I mean? Like, that's all they're thinking about is this sucks.
So when I was rolling with, a couple months ago, I was rolling with, or a month ago, I was rolling with Kyle from Carry Fire.
Okay.
Okay. And I get the side control but he's so patient. He just like, and I'm like, so like, he was like, nah, I'm like, okay. And I didn't get a sub because he was so like, all right, you got side control, but like, he wasn't like panicking. I was trying to cook him, but he was like so patient. He's like, go ahead. You can't cook me. I'm fucking frozen meat, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, all right. So like, it was hard for me to get my stuff off. He framed good. Everything was good, and ended up just ending the round. But like, it was hard for me to get anything off him because he was so patient. And like, even though I would try to like arm under the back, and I was like, oh, this guy's just like really slowed down, which he has learned. Like that first question, he's learned to be calm in bad positions.
Mm-hmm. This kind of touches on that. One of the questions we got asked a couple of weeks ago about a lesson that you've learned from jiu-jitsu that non-jiu-jitsu guys could apply to their life, and not from a technique standpoint, but just learning how to be calm under pressure.
Yeah.
In a combat situation if you can do that in everything in your life is like a superpower. You know what I mean? You've unlocked this ability to like just remain calm when everybody else would be freaking out.
But I mean, but you got to know if you're fighting in a real life situation, it's going to be different. It's going to be just like how you can fight in the gym all day you want. And you're so comfortable fighting at your home gym, but you go to someone else's open mat, that fight, it feels a little different.
Yeah.
Or you compete for the first time, that feels way different. Fighting in a real life or death situation in the street, that's going to feel way different. So yeah, we are preparing in jiu-jitsu for the fight, but if you haven't put yourself in uncomfortable situations, which might be other gyms or competition, then you're never going to know. Like, it is going to be a different feel when, live strikes are coming at you, or, you know what I mean?
Different kinds of mental pressure.
Your kids are behind you and they're like, Dad, don't lose. We're right here. Cause then they're coming for us. You know what I mean? Like unless you're putting yourself in situations where you're like, this is uncomfortable. I'm in an uncomfortable environment. It's going to be a little nerve wracking for you. Regardless, that's going to be nerve wracking for anybody. We saw what the MMA fighter, Smith, right? Then he had a home invader. What is his name?
I know.
He wears the glasses. He just fought this last weekend.
Anthony Smith.
Anthony Smith had a home invader like 3 years ago. The guy's never been the same. He had a tweaker. He had to fight off a tweaker in his house. And you would think that fighting, he's a professional MMA top 10 middleweight.
Right.
That he would just wreck this guy. But nothing had been more on the line for him. Middle of the night, you're fighting some tweaked out meth head or whoever. Tweaked out dude. You're in your kitchen or wherever the heck he was fighting the guy.
Right.
You're in a different environment. Your family's lives depend on this W. And I guess he had a hell of a fight with this guy. And this guy was untrained. It's because he's not trained. Because it was an event in a spot where he was not used to being comfortable at.
Right.
So like we'll fight at the gym all day. I go fight, I grapple you in the backyard somewhere, Kenny. It's going to be a little different. You know what I mean?
It's different
just because
the
environmental change,
It's different now. Or now it's different.
No, it's different. People don't think I sound like him, but that's just because no one listens to Dean Lister talk.
Yeah, yeah. If you've been up close and personal listening to Dean talk like we have, I want to make a Matt doing Dean Lister soundboard.
We have the Dean Lister clip. We have 2 of them now. We haven't posted any of them. We do own 2 Dean Lister clips. We haven't posted one of them yet. I swear we talk to people. We're just busy over here.
That's it for
What
questions,
else?
brother.
You think of what I'm thinking, brother?
Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the fucking bushes. My name is Matt at BJJ. This is Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. Follow us on the Discord. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We're heading to the moon and we're everywhere. Not gonna say it. I will post them on TikTok. Kenny will not. And we will see you guys next week. We are gonna be off the week of Christmassy time.
Yeah, but there won't be a Christmas episode that.
So yeah, we will not have an episode on Christmas Day, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. There will be no episode on Christmas Day, but there will be one the following week. So we will see you then. Os.